famous and incredible statues of Jesus around the world. Here we are going to see 10 famous statues, and the first which we are going to see are the first one is the Christ the King. This is 52 meters high, that is 172 feet, and 52.5 meters the statue measures, including its pedestal and 5-meter crown. The Polish Christ towers over its Brazilian counterpart. The statue itself measures 33 meters, representing 1 meter per year that Christ lived. According to the statue's creator, priest Sylvester Zawacki, I'm not able to pronounce that word. The statue has brought fame to a Polish town that otherwise flies under the international tourism radar, and local officials are justifiably proud of the statue as the tallest Christ statue in the world. But Jesus Bantu Barake clouds on a hilltop more than 1,000 meters above sea level. This statue in South Sulawesi, Indonesia, is another monument that once jostled for the crown of the tallest Christ in the world. The statue itself measures 40 meters from head to foot, which makes it considerably taller than the Polish version without its crown and pedestal. Inaugurated in 2015, it is a relatively new addition to the worldwide Christ collection, but already attracts hordes of curious visitors and religious pilgrims to this scenic mountainous region of Indonesia. Bolivia's Christ of Peace was inspired by Rio de Janeiro version and was the tallest Jesus statue in the world at the time of its inauguration in 1994. The statue measures just over 33 meters without its pedestal, edging over Rio version by mere centimeters. The local Catholic community claims its benefits the fact that Christ lived to be 33 years and a bit. The dramatic statue stands proud atop San Pedro Hill, overlooking Bolivia's third largest city, and can be reached by cable car, but many religious visitors prefer to make the steep climb on foot. Christ of Knoll, built in 1931 by Spanish sculptor Victoria Macho, Christ of Knoll is a somewhat spooky landmark on a hillock outside and under the Raider town in southern Spain. Although its design owes a little of the art style that characterizes the Rio Cristo, its hollow eyes and narrow face give it a more maudlin appearance than its Brazilian counterpart. Local lore has it that the original plans were to fill the eyes with ivory and marble, but then the budget ran short. Unlike many Christ statues, this version holds its hands forward in a peaceful, almost submissive gesture rather than with its arms stretched wide. But for all its apparent humility, it's still one of the largest Christ statues in the world, 21 meters tall. Christ the King statue, in Alameda, Portugal, facing Lisbon from clifftop pedestal on the southern river of Tagus. This statue is a magnificent view over the city, which can be appreciated via an internal lift elevating visitors to a holy vantage point. Inspired by a visit to the more famous statue in Portuguese, Brazil, the statue was commissioned in 1940, and the religious community saw it as a plea to higher powers to spare Portugal from the horrors of World War II. Construction work began in 1949 and took 10 years to complete it. Christ the King statue in France, sitting on a rocky outcrop in the middle of dense pine forest and overlooking the Mont Blanc mountain range. Christ has plenty of French panache, and the statue is 25 meter, 82 feet high. With one arm raised towards the sun is a dramatic sight at any time of the year. There is a small Art Deco chapel at the base, and narrow stairs lead to a viewing platform with astonishing views. Heart of Jesus statue is in Romania, and it is 23 meters high, that is 72 feet. The stainless steel behemoth sits atop Jordan Hill on the outskirts of Lupeni village. Finished in 2011, it's the work of sculptor Walter Zawadzki, and its lofty vantage point more than 950 meters above the sea level makes it the highest sculpture in the Eastern Europe. Christ the Protector statue in Brazil. The name of the town means enchanted, and this mammoth statue, due to be finished before the end of 2001, does have a captivity appeal. Towering 5 meters above the celebrated statue in Rio, the statue will have an internal elevator hoisting visitors up to viewing platforms where they can soak in the wide Gaucho plains. It's a poignant tribute to local politician and Adroldo, who came up with the idea of the statue but died before its completion after contracting COVID-19 in early 2001. Christ of Abyss is in Portofino, Italy. While most Christ constructors compete to get their statues as close to the heaven as possible, a few have dived in the opposite direction. The most notable example, Christ of the Abyss, is an underwater statue just off the coast of Portofino in the Italian Riviera, submerged more than 15 meters deep. Sculptor Guido Galiti created the statue in 1954 at the behest of Italian diver Giulio Marchente, who wanted to honor few diver Dario Gonzatti. Christ the Redeemer, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, the world's most famous Christ statue. Christ the Redeemer is the largest Art Deco monument in the world, a labor of love representing the combined efforts of 1920s Brazilian Catholic authorities and French-Polish sculptor. Paul Landowski. It took 9 years to complete. This Carioca Christ is arguably Brazil's most famous landmark and was elected one of the 7 new wonders of the world in 2007, but it could have looked very different. Initial designs for the statue saw the figure holding a globe in one hand, an idea that locals ridiculed as Christ with a balloon. The granddaughter of sculptor Paul believes the simple, elegant design is key to the statue's global appeal. The statue would have been such a success in any other form. It had to have a timeless, universal aspect, and that's exactly what my grandfather achieved. So these are some of the famous statues of Christ. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe and share my channel.